Hey everyone, it's Orange. Welcome to another month of TOA Hard. We are on stage 90, the infamous Occult girls. I really didn't have any issues with them, I think because I have Aria, and she just provides so much to reduce their damage with her glancing and her slow. Once you apply the slow to them, that gives you time to taunt them and also attack bar reset them, and also get stuns on the imps. So the strategy that I will be using, I'm going to kill the wind imp first, or not the wind one, the light one first, then the wind imp, and then I went for the light girl first. But I do think there's a strong argument for going for the wind girl first. I would highly suggest that you look up their skills on the Summoner's War wiki. The only skill that differs between the two are their third skill. The light one will apply an attack debuff to you, and she will also deal damage according to her max HP. The attack debuff, I don't care if I have that on me because I'm killing these enemies with dots, so I don't care if my attack is reduced. But the wind one, her third skill, she can apply a glancing hit to you, and if that gets stuck on you at the wrong time, my team, I have Vero and Mav, so I should be able to remove it, but some of my skills will not apply if I glance, and I really need those skills to be applying just to continue to put CC on these monsters. So the wind one's probably more threatening to my team, but I do have Vero, and he has an easier time killing the light one than the wind one, and I've been going for the light one first for a while, so that's just what I did. Going into this, I didn't really have a strict strategy. Towards the end here, I'm pretty much just randomly throwing out attack bar resets and randomly taunting them. I really didn't plan things out too well, so I'll taunt that one, taunt the other one. See right there, I probably should have taunted the other one. Should I have? I don't know. But yeah, I just kind of did whatever. So I'm just finishing off the light one here. So the floor glancing's really strong. I think you have to go for the imps first because the girls just take way too long to kill. And that just gives the imps more chances to resist your CC and possibly kill you. They will one-shot you. That light one will one-shot Veramos, and I need my Vero to be alive, obviously. It just helps if he's alive. I might be able to pass if he dies, but I do want him to survive. So, what else was I gonna say? Read up on their skills, and the biggest things that I would advise you to have, if you don't have Aria, I would try Shannon, and if you do have Aria, you can also try Shannon instead of Mav, because you'll have an extra despair stunner and an extra slower, and also a defense buff on yourself. The light one's third skill does do damage based on max HP, which it'll ignore your defense buff. That's just how max HP skills work, but the defense buff will still help you against everything else. And of course, an attack debuff on them will help as well if you're using Briand or something like that, or even a different monster that has an attack debuff. That should reduce their damage. I'm not really sure what their scalings are. So the light one again, so she does have an attack scaling on her third skill, even though it does percent HP. So that attack debuff would definitely help. Whenever I build teams for TOA Hard, I always look at the monsters that I absolutely need. So for this floor, you're probably going to absolutely need Beretta and a healer. It kind of depends. If you're using Verd, you might be able to get away without a healer. If you're using Verd, Beretta, even HoH or something like that, you might be able just to CC them so hard that you don't need a healer. I don't know how the first two waves are going to go for you because I don't recall what were on the first two waves, but you will have to figure that out yourself if you are doing that strategy. So yeah, there's tons of ways to deal with these girls. Just, think about it a little bit, and you should be able to come up with a solution, and you'll probably have to test things out as well. When I get stuck on TOA or TOA hard floors in the past, sometimes now I kind of get stuck on floors, but not that often, really. And when I do, or when I did, I always try to I tested teams out as well as like thinking about them, thinking about which team is the best on paper, looking up the enemy's skills. You kind of have to get in there and test teams out and watch the run, see what's happening, see what's going on, and that'll give you clues to help you figure out if you can replace any monsters on your team. Because, you know, Mav is providing quite a bit for my team with the speed buff. I also have a speed leader, so that makes it even more valuable having that speed buff on my team, just because of how the way speed adds up. But you could get away or try Shannon. She might help you tank a little bit better and spread out your slows. You can also try Shannon instead of Aria as well, but Aria's slightly better because of her AoE glancing, which is very strong on this floor. But if you use Shannon, you can, if the imps are stunned, you can use Shannon's single target glancing on the two girls and put that on them. So you can try that as well. So that was pretty much my guide, and we are just finishing off the wind girl here. I'm autoing her at the moment. I knew when I killed the light girl, I would be able to auto the wind one, because I saw the damage they were doing to me, and it wasn't really that threatening. So even if my monster's AI makes some mistakes, we should be good here. So we're just finishing her up, and then that will be the floor. So I hope you guys enjoyed all of my tips and learned something, and maybe this team will help you pass it as well. So like I said earlier, I do think you could probably do this with Spectra. I don't know if I said this earlier, but I think you can do it with Spectra instead of Aria, as long as you have really good runes on him. But my Spectra has bad runes, and I didn't really feel like moving runes over to him just to do a video for you guys. Because I would probably have to build him as a very fast Spectra, but if that's your only option, try to get good runes on him, and I do think you can do it. But you can also try Shannon as well, and I'm sure there's a bunch of other free-to-play options, maybe even Talc that people try to use. So I hope you guys enjoyed my video. I will catch you guys later.